Hello and welcome back to the channel, and we're working on the Volvo XC60. We need to do the rear brakes, so we're going to take a look now. Because this has got electronic brakes, we need to make sure that the brakes are wound back, so we'll be using the scan tool to do that, and then we'll take a look and see how difficult a job this is. Now, I've actually never done this with a car that needs brakes wound back, electronic brakes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the wheel off first, take a little look at what I can see before we have a look with the diagnostic tool. Just see what exactly is involved. Just get these loose. Get it up in the air, and we'll have a little look behind and see what's going on, shall we? That's the car jacked up and secured, so we've got an axle stand holding things secure. Now, I did just want to say, a few times in the past I have jacked cars up and I haven't always secured them very well. Don't forget, you might think these are how-to videos. They're not. They're just me working through how I do things. I'm not necessarily saying this is the right way, the safe way, or anything like that. This is just the way that I do things. If something helps you, fine, but also take your own precautions. Make sure you're comfortable and happy working on the car how you've got it secured. In this case, I've got a jack and an axle stand holding things up. I'll also not be climbing under the car. That's something I'm very careful about. I only go near any of the underneath of the car if I have to. I'll avoid it just to be safe, but yeah, make sure you're doing things safe for yourself. You can see it's quite an intricate mechanism. You've got an electronic position sensor for the height of the rear. You can see there's also we've also got a anti-roll bar type setup at the back, quite chunky springs. Shock absorber looks fine. It's just all very dusty. A lot of it is just surface rust that we've got on here. It looks pretty solid. You can see though the brake pads are pretty low. There's the motor that does the wind back. Now, the brakes are released at the minute, so what I did was, when I stopped the car, I put it into park in the auto box and didn't apply the park brake. Now, on this car it doesn't automatically apply. I know some do that, but let's get the scan tool on it and we can then run the wind back procedure and we'll see how much further out it takes it. Ignition's on. I've held the button in so that you've got the display up and running, which means the car is turned on, and I can then go into the service settings on my icarsoft. Not quite sure how to do this with the camera, but I'll try. Let's go into service. I think it's electronic park brake. I need to go into here. Volvo. I think it's going to read the VIN. That bonging is annoying. Yep, so VIN identify. Let me just read the VIN and then I'll come back. Okay. Okay. Activation and service. Ignition is on. Yes. Communicating, so it's in neutral. It's not in maintenance mode. Okay, I think let's just try maintenance mode. Okay, installation check. Okay, it's doing something. Not sure what that's doing, but it's definitely doing something. Sounds like it's running through a park and release sequence. So we'll see what it says. The motor stopped. Okay, so it says complete, whatever it did. It still says no to maintenance mode. So let's go start the service mode, release the brake pad. It doesn't seem to allow me to select. Oh, there we go. Okay. Right, it's putting it into service mode now, which should be the motor fully released. Operations complete. Check whether the brake pad is totally released. There we go. It says maintenance mode yes. So what I'm now going to do is turn the ignition back off. And we should now be able to check that the pads are completely released. Let me do that. Okay, it's loose. I'm not sure if it's changed much since before, but that should be in the release position. I'll get a screwdriver, just release it out, and then let's get this released. It's all a bit rusty, so it might be tricky. What I've done is I've put a large screwdriver into the gap, and I've given it a good move, and you can see now that we've got a good bit of movement, which also means that the hydraulic part of the brake is compressed. So I think we're now ready to take that off. 13mm seems to fit in there, a bit like this. See how tight it is. Okay, that's moving. Let's do the bottom one as well. Oh, it looks like the bottom one without an extension. This one's tighter. Oh, there we go. That one's moving now as well. Actually, both of those seem to move reasonably easily, which is quite nice. Okay, I'll get them removed. Actually, since we're not changing the disc, although I've loosened the top one, actually I've noticed that the rubber is getting twisted, so I'll have to be careful of that. But I've got the bottom one out completely. And what I'm thinking is, I can use the old technique of twisting it up if there's enough movement on the cables. I might just release the cable clips, because that would then stop me having to remove the whole caliper. Or do I just remove the whole caliper? You know what, that bolt is moving. I might just remove the whole caliper and move it out of the way rather than twisting it and stretching the cables. Oops, there's not much left on those. Definitely the time to replace them. Now the tricky bit to see if I can get it to fit with these on. Actually, that wasn't too bad. Once I put the top bolt in, that held it. Using the new bolts that came from Febby. Let's get the bottom one lined up. Get that in. Just hold that in place with a 16. I'm getting this wheel back on now. Just starting to fasten it back up again. I haven't ran the rest of the diagnostics because I want to do the other side, and since it's all backed off and nice, I think we'll put this wheel on, go around to the other side, get that changed over, and then we can run the reset routine to take it out of maintenance mode and make sure everything's happy. I'm not going to take you through the whole process on the other side. It's exactly the same thing. You can see pads are fairly low again, so again I'm just going to prise it so that the hydraulics are released as much as possible. Makes the job easier. So the other side, it did actually fit in not too bad at all. And yeah, I'm going to swap the pads over on this side, so I'll come back to you when that's done. Hopefully you can hear me over the seagulls. I thought I'd time how long it would take me to do this one. All in, I reckon this one about 20 minutes, so it's not a difficult job. Actually, the caliper coming off completely really does help. The hardest part, the bit that slowed me down, was actually lining the bolt back up again to get it back on. So if you can do it without that and just twisting them off, that's even easier. I've got those tightened back up again. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go onto the scan tool. I'm going to leave the camera on here so you can watch what goes on with the motor and things like that, but I'm going to go on the scan tool and take it out of maintenance mode. I can hear the brakes applying. Okay, it's out of maintenance mode, and you can see left brake pad applied, right brake pad applied. Ah yes, and the park brake symbol is showing, so I think that is now the job complete. So if I now exit, I think that means the brake will be on now. So if I come back round here, not sure what you saw. Oh yes, the brake is now on. So I think what I want to do is now go and release it just using the normal mechanism and make sure that the wheel is freed. There we go. So that should have released. Let's just have a look and see if it spins. Yep, it's released. That's great news. I think that's done. I'll get the wheel back on then. Well, there we go. That has got it all done. And reset the rear brakes. Car seems happy. If I go to start, no fault lights, and if I go to push the brake on and off on the lever, there we go, park brake is applied. Again, no faults. If I look, no vehicle messages, so that's all good. If I go to release it, it's all fine and it's released. And that's it, as simple as that. Really quite an easy job actually on the XC60. Quite impressed by that, and it's the first time that I've used the icarsoft to retract the electronic park brakes. So again, a big thumbs up to the icarsoft for sorting that. Hope this video has been useful. Just a simple one, not an awful lot to it, but hope it's been useful to you. Please remember to subscribe and like down the bottom. Really helps my channel out if you can pop a like down there, or put a comment if this has been useful, or if there's any points you want to make, or mention any things I've done wrong. Quite alright as well. Good to hear from you, and I'll see you in the next video.